My doctor was in shock. He was absolutely not prepared to discover anything like that. My first symptoms were very peculiar. My tongue started looking like it was cracked, like over dried ground. And I even asked my dentist, but of course he didn't have the answer. And I was very reluctant to dig into anything. Also, my hairs, they started looking brittle. That was the first indications. And then occasionally I would get a little pain in my right side of the stomach. I thought it might be gallbladder stones. And I had, I believe, MRI or ultrasound done in the area, and they found nothing. Basically, I wasn't in such a pain that it would drive me to go to emergency room or anything like that. 6 months prior to that, I had some kind of episode, but I thought it was spicy food that I ate. I had colonoscopy and endoscopy done together at the same time at the UCLA Medical Center. Quite delayed. My GI doctor finally talked me into it, and thank God he did, because during the examination, he discovered a large tumor in my stomach. He was in shock. My doctor was in shock. He was absolutely not prepared to discover anything like that. It was stage 4. In December, it's going to be 5-year anniversary since initial examination. Within a month, I had a chest port installed in the Los Angeles area hospital, and I started aggressive chemo. I had stage 4, so I thought aggressive is the way to go. That chemo did not agree with me. I had all possible side effects. My body wasn't tolerating it at all. I looked horrible. I looked like I was on my way out. I saw a specialist at City of Hope in Long Beach. My daughter and I traveled to Anderson MD Cancer Center in Texas. Everywhere we went, I was told that I will never be a candidate for the surgery, that I have very little time left, months, and I should go home and get my affairs in order. And then my daughter found my guardian angel, Dr. Ishigami. He's an oncologist, a professor of Tokyo Medical University Center. And he is running a still experimental, maybe not experimental anymore, program. Unfortunately, Japan cancer number 1 is a stomach cancer. And that's why we started looking towards Japan. They asked us for the copies of the exams, blood exams, CT scan, and then the doctor asked us to provide a letter from a local oncologist who agreed to follow Dr. Ishigami's protocol. Then they invited us to come to Japan to have a special port installed. It's called peritoneal port. It's located near the belly button, and the tail of the port was pointing towards the mass of the stomach cancer. I went back home in Los Angeles and continued the protocol, which was 3 weeks on, 1 week off. That continued for 3.5, 4 years. And I even moved from one state to the other and from one facility to the other. And everywhere I was able to find the oncologist who was willing to accommodate me. And even though peritoneal port is not very widely known at this point, insurance doesn't pay for it. It doesn't approve it for the stomach cancer. Last May, finally, Dr. Ishigami told me to come back, and I had 2 surgeries. They needed to replace the peritoneal port, and the second surgery was to remove all the mass that they could remove. And it was brilliantly performed by the surgeon, Dr. Yamashita. He removed 2/3 of my stomach. He also removed half of the colon and a gallbladder. But it's been more than a year, and I'm doing fine. And after I came back home, I continued with chemo, and I just stopped it like 3 weeks ago. In December, it's going to be exactly 5 years that I was initially diagnosed. Outside of brilliant Dr. Ishigami and Yamashita, I want to add that I educated myself a lot. I listened to clips on YouTube, podcasts. I also read a lot of books. Jane McClellan's book, How to Starve Your Cancer Without Starving Yourself, where she recommends a whole protocol of supplements and off-purpose drugs. And I believe that being on chemo for 5 years and be able to pass over 2 COVIDs and traveling back and forth from one state to the other, and moving my 90-year-old father from one state to the other, it was a huge help to my organism, to my body. It helped me to increase my immune system. I'm still following it and will be following it till the last day on this earth.